I would like to start with a joke today. I've heard about this man who was walking in the jungle, and a huge grizzly bear attacked him and go after him. After a while, this man gets desperate, has no way to go, and pray to the Lord, Lord, this grizzly bear is very aggressive. Please make him Christian at least to be kind to me. And just all by sudden, a splash has comes, and he sees the grizzly bear on his knees and say, Lord, thank you for the food you provided for me. Sometimes our prayers comes around, but not the way we think it should be. It is the matter with joy as well. All people are after joy. Everybody likes to be joyful. Everybody likes to be happy. But sometimes we don't know how to be happy. Sometimes everything is provided for us, but we are not ready to make a good food out of it. Sometimes Lord's work in mysterious way. He provides us with the ingredients, and He wants us to make a dish. Sometimes He provides us meat, vegetables, food, even recipe, and He wants us to be a good cook. But we just go, oh, this is a raw meat, I don't like it. This vegetable has some dirt on it, I don't like it. But we have to do something. It is a combination of our work with the Lord that makes joy possible in our hearts. When we talk about joy in Greek, the word joy comes like chara. I don't know, in Korean, can you pronounce che? No, yeah, chara. Chara is something big that is given to us, something that we are receiving. Joy is receivable. Are you familiar with accounting? If you're familiar with accounting, there are two accounts, receivables and payables. Receivables are the thing that we ought to receive, the thing that others owing to us. And joy is something that God owes to us for His children. Chara. Joy is a threefolded phenomena in Christianity. It's not only happiness. When we are talking about joy, we don't mean laughter only. It is laughter, but it's not only laughter. It is a threefolded being that the very first level of it is happiness, is to be joyful, to be jolly, to be happy and smiling. This is the first level of joy. The second fold of joy is satisfaction. You know, happiness is part of our emotions. Emotions comes and goes. The way emotion can come fast, they can go away very fast, even faster than they came already. So emotions like pain, like happiness, like sufferings, like whatever it comes to our emotion, they don't last long. But what lasts more is the satisfaction. Satisfaction comes when we are competing with the Lord, with the Word, and then we are successful. Satisfaction most of the times comes from success. If we are better than others, if we are good in our position, if we are good in job, in our school, in our whatever we know, if we are good and we know that we are good and other people would accept that satisfaction brings joy to us. This is a sort of joy. This is the second level of joy. And sometimes, and most of the times, when we go through depression, when we go to sadness and sorrow, we are losing these two first folds. when we don't laugh much, when we don't enjoy our surroundings, when we don't feel to go out. Have you been in depression mood that sometimes I don't even want to open up the curtains to see the light? That's why when the depression comes, it's like a restaurant going to bankruptcy. Even when they go to bankruptcy, they start kicking out their employees. They start doing not good quality foods and stuff like that. They don't care about the cleanness, and it'll bring the restaurant or the entity more down. Rather than help it out, it brings it down to the ground, and it goes faster to the bankruptcy. And when we are depressed, this is the same thing. When we are sad, this is the same things. We don't want to encounter with other people. We don't want to talk to them. We don't want to hear anything. We don't want to sing. These are the signs that we are not joyful and happy. And one of the good things to have a church, to have a gathering, to have a safe place, to come to worship. You know what? Even if my sound is not very pleasing to hear, when I have a safe place to shout out, this safe place makes me happy, brings me joy. Even the worship, even you don't know the meanings, even you don't know, if you don't believe in all the meanings, because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Even though if we are not that faithful, when I start shouting it out, it brings me to my heart joy. This is the first fold of joy, happiness. The second fold is satisfaction. Satisfaction is when you have people around you that encourage you, people around you that give you value to your presence. They want you to be around them. And you want to be some sort of experiencing some sort of success. There is this research made in 2003 that average Americans are happy if they make $75,000 a year. That happiness is up to $75,000 a year. If you make $75,000 a year, you could be happy. You could be experiencing happiness. But unfortunately, more than $70,000 a year, the level of happiness still remain the same. More than, even if you have $1 million, the level of happiness is the same. Even if you have $2 million, then they shift from happiness to success. You see many people, many rich people are spending most of their time, most of their life to work, and they don't have time to enjoy their money. They don't have time even to spend with their children. But they feel happy. They feel joyful. Why? Because they feel they've been succeeded, that they are pursuing success. Being succeeded is making the feel of happiness. But you know what? The sad thing is that success wouldn't last much long, because many people would come and just get past to you. I've read an article that Elon Musk is not the first rich man in the world anymore. He used to be last week, but this week he is not the first rich man in the world. Somebody else take over, and that's the sadness of successness. Why? That sucks, actually. But the third fold of happiness or joy is to have meaning in life. If we have meaning in life, and if the meaning is true and it is based on truth, that meaning gives us all the joy, all the way, even through the darkest side of our lives. Our sister mentioned she was amazed that how come Brother Paul or Apostle Paul was talking about joy while he was in prison, because he received the meaning of the joy. He was not in a good mood. He was not in a good place to be. Nobody would wish to be in such a place. But he knew what he was doing. Because he knew what he was doing, he has joy. And he was encouraging everybody else to, in Philippians chapter 4, we read, be joyful. And I repeat it, be joyful. Because we can be joyful in the Lord. Now you're asking me, so you're talking about joy, happiness, meaning, what it is related to those three guys and with their masters. If we read through Matthew chapter 25, from verse 14, and from the previous verses, we can see that this master, which embodies our Lord Jesus Christ, tells in this parable to embody the Lordship of God. There are sometimes we feel that Lord is away. There are sometimes that feel our Lord is gone away to a long trip or long journey, but we don't see anything firsthand from him. But the good news is that when the Lord is felt far away, he still left us abundant of talents, abundant of gifts, abundance of entrusted us his own property to keep going. And this is something we have to ask ourselves. What am I doing with my own talents? What am I doing with my sight? What am I doing with my ability to hear? What am I doing with my ability to walk? What am I doing with my ability to sense, even sensing the sadness? That means there is some feeling, some there. My heart is still working, that I can feel something, right? So these are the talent that the Lord left for us to use it and to exercise it and to make interest over them. These three persons, two of them are good. The Lord is happy with them. He called them, the first one, he says to the Lord, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here I have made 5 talents more. His master said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little, I will set you over much. And that little, do you know how much little that was? 5 talents. Each talent weigh 91 kilos of gold. His master left him with 5 times 91 kilos of gold. Did you like to have such a master? He left him with 400 or more than 400 kilos of gold. And this gives him some ability to make it and to grow, to make it grow. Our Lord left us more than that. And you see, the beautiful is that the Lord tell his servant that you've been faithful over a little. 400 kilos of gold at his Lord's sight was little. And he was promising giving more than that. Giving more than that. Sometimes whatever Lord entrusted for us and to us, we think those are littles. Those are not much. Those are not worth. Everybody has eye. Everybody has ability to walk. You know, everybody has ability to breathe. I would encourage you to go to one of these elderly houses or make a journey to one of these hospitals, just walk through an emergency, and you can see people are desperate, or they are fighting for their lives. When I'm talking, I'm preparing myself for this sermon, I look back to my 2022, and I saw I was not so strong, I was not so healthy during the year, but I felt something inside, deep down, to be honest with you. The more we rely on His faith, on His presence, the faith grows in us, and His presence makes us strength. The more strength and joy He gives us. That's why the Master told to him, to both of them, even the one he had two. The Master telling him the good wording, the same. Enter into the joy of your Master. Joy is not something that we can grow inside us. We have to enter into the joy. This is the key point of this parable. We have to enter into the joy rather than sitting and waiting for the joy to come. Something good happens to me, I am joyful. Something bad happens to me, I am sad. You know, this is not the way joy works. This is not the way of happiness, true happiness. The way joy works is that we have to step into the presence of the Lord. If we think we are Christians, and indeed we are Christians, there is a palace available for us. Exactly the same parable before these is the parable of 10 virgins. They are waiting for the Lord, for the groom to come. They bring their lights, and 5 of them brought enough oil, and 5 of them were not ready for the groom to come. The 5 who were waiting to the end, they were entered to the palace, and they will share the joy with the groom, right? I encourage you to go and read the parable before this one. And this parable is in the continuous of the first parable, that here, not only we have to be waiting, we have to be prepare ourselves, we have to be prepared, but also we have to do something. We have to act something. We have to use and utilize what we do have and whatever entrusted to us. I don't know for you, but I'm sure all of us have something that entrusted to us right now. Make some pleasure over there. How many of us enjoyed the mist this morning before we come into the room? There was a beautiful mist back there. Just wait a little and glance to it. Have a glance to it. How many of us are enjoying the rain? When was the last time we enjoyed these little things? These little things that has been entrusted to us. Be faithful to that, and more would come to you. More would come to you. How many of us has the courage to walk over the grass with barefoot? When was the last time you walked over some grass with your own barefoots? When was the last time we touched a trunk of a tree? These are the little things that has been entrusted to us. These are the little things that has been entrusted to us. Be joyful and happy with it, and give meaning and receive the meaning in the back of it. On the background, there is a meaning. The meaning is everything I have is entrusted by my Lord to me. Don't go after success. Don't go after. I encourage you to be successful. Please do. Be successful. A Christian boy or girl should be successful. But don't lean towards it. Everybody should be laughing. Your laughter should be sky high. I don't have anything against that. But don't rely on your laughter. Rely on the meaning behind that, which is the smile that has entrusted to you by our Lord Jesus Christ. May the joy of the Lord be with you all the week, all the day, as we go through the year. Bless you all.